It's Ken with DYC Studios, and I have a special treat. I'm here at Gamescom, over at Pearl Abyss, in the VIP press lounge, and this is really cool. We just played Crimson Desert, and I have Rick right here, who is the head of marketing and PR for Pearl Abyss. Now, Rick, tell me a little bit about Crimson Desert.
Well, Crimson Desert is an open-world action-adventure game. It will come out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation in Q1 of 26. And in this game, you play as Kliff, who's a member of the Greymains, who is set to explore the beautiful continent of Pywel, where he's gonna embark on epic adventures and quests.
I really liked playing it. It is really nice, especially if you're into kind of like the medieval area. I felt like really well immersed into it, like with the NPCs that you're battling and other characters that are around. Like the attention to detail is really spot on.
Yeah, the game is built on our own technology. We have developed our own engine for this game, but also our other next generation games that are still under development. The engine is called BlackSpace, and I hope you agree with me that it's a visual spectacle. So yeah, our developers who are based in Korea, they put a lot of effort in putting a lot of detail into this high fantasy medieval world, and yeah, we're quite proud of what we are showing here today.
I also really enjoyed the mechanics, like the abilities of the character. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Kliff has a very, the game has a very intricate combat system. And Kliff has many ways, skills, and combat moves to, basically defeat obstacles, etc. A lot of people that played it here, they tend to compare it to a fighting game, which is which I think best describes the combat system. It's very combo heavy, and it rewards players that like to experiment, but also teach their muscle memory in getting the right combos out. You have several weapons in the game, which you can switch on the fly. You've got bow and arrow. We have this very spectacular whistling arrow that indicates where your troops need to fire artillery fire. We have like epic destruction models, and and also very cool traversal. Kliff has a horse, but there are also other mounts in the game, and we have this unique grappling hook with which you can attach yourself to higher places, and then from there you can glide with your crow wing skill. So it's quite versatile in terms of what Kliff can do, both from a combat perspective as well as a traversal perspective.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat, the special abilities and the powers with the grappling hook, and just being able to traverse like in this kind of crow-like mystical mode, which was really, really exciting. And the big bad guys, I mean, we were playing, and there's a little bit of strategy behind it too. Like, you can still go full frontal with swords and stuff like that, but if you're using all your skills and all your abilities, like I was able to pick up these heavy pillars and knock them down, and that did a lot of damage, which I thought was really cool. How did people respond to that when they got to play it?
Well, some people really liked it. Some people found it a bit hard because they are in the heat of the battle, and then they need to do a relatively unnatural is maybe the good word, a press of buttons. But what I think the intention is of our developers, it needs to be hard to raise that pillar, because that will make it more grounded, right? If it would just be a one single button press, the tension would not be as high in that epic boss fight with Cassius.
I can completely agree with that, because if you're just pressing like X and it just comes up in 5 seconds and he's dead in really quick, then that takes the fun out of the game. You got to have a little bit of like conflict, a little tension, a little like, you know, just feeling like, okay, man, he's still coming at me, but I would love to use this special ability and really just knock him to the ground. But in reality, things take time, and I think that really kind of puts you in the heat of the moment.
And I also think that, you know, once players have done it correctly, for the first time, then it becomes second nature, because the satisfaction then also gives the player the confidence to do it for the second time. Yeah, and then Cassius Morton will be killed quite easily. Yeah.
I really like that we have played the game, but you know what? I'm going to throw a question at you that you're probably not expecting, and maybe one that you haven't had at Gamescom. But when I have experts like you, I think it's great to talk to the younger audience as well that are interested in getting into game development or even marketing and PR for games. What advice could you give to somebody that is looking to kind of, they're just, you know, maybe in school or ending school, and they want to maybe do something like what you're doing? What could you suggest that they look into or study or explore on?
Okay, so if I would say PR and marketing specifically, let's start with PR. I think that is kind of the easiest. Yeah, so I started more on the media side of things. So a lot of PR professionals, they start their career as a writer.
Yep.
I don't know, like they write for IGN or they write for PC Gamer, and that is often like the gateway to landing a job in PR, because people in PR then know what the media wants, right? So that's one avenue. Obviously, education. There are a lot of people have a journalism degree or a communications degree. So that could be a good first step. But I think the biggest tip is doing something that you love to do. So I just started writing about games because I love games, and I did not even get paid for it. It was just a hobby. Sometimes I got a free review copy. That was kind of my pay. And as I went along, you know, you start to build a network, and once you have a network, then also opportunities will arise. And I think that would be my biggest tip for people who want to enter the industry and want to do a job similar to mine. There's also, of course, now heavy emphasis on creators. So yeah, if you like to create content rather than writing, then that's also an avenue, because a lot of companies now also have dedicated content creator managers or people that maintain those relationships and invite them to events like this one.
That's really cool, and I think you kind of really nailed it on the spear, like communication, learning how to communicate with others, whether it be through written format or video like this. One thing that I thought was really cool too is that you gave me a little survey afterwards and asked me for my feedback, and I think that's one thing some game studios don't even think about or they skip over, but getting that feedback from the community to make something even better or even maybe add new attributes that weren't even thought of. I think that's really cool. So I think that's really awesome. How have you felt like the feedback was from the game? I would imagine it's been fairly positive.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, everybody really likes the experience here. I think we also, because we did the other demo last time, this demo now has a tutorial, so it's a little bit easier to get into. Most people liked it. They really appreciate the graphics. They appreciate the combat system. For some, it's a little bit hard to get into, but yeah, that's basically because we're throwing people into the deep, but we have members of staff here also helping people if they get stuck or if they want to learn more skills that are not on our little quick guide. I think the general atmosphere was very positive. And yeah, if we get any tips and tricks from our media contacts here, but also on the consumer side of the stand, we will note that down and we'll give that feedback back to the developers, and they collect everything, and they listen to those voices and try to adapt and find ways for improvement.
I like that. I like that a lot. Crimson Desert was an awesome game. Again, I tried it out a little bit last year. This year I got more dived into it. Met some of the people that they brought over from overseas, played, they gave me hints, they helped me out, and I really rocked it. I defeated the bad guy in the end. You guys are gonna see some clips afterwards as well too, so watch after the interview because I'm gonna throw in some special screen capture from my gameplay. And Rick, I really appreciated it. Thank you so much. Thank you for having this awesome media lounge for VIPs. This is really cool. It adds to the experience of Gamescom, the heart of Gamescom. And guys, we will catch you on the next one. Again, I'm gonna have all the information in the description below where you can catch out more about Crimson Desert and Pearl Abyss. Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you so much.
Citizens of Pywel. Today, a new chapter in this land's history shall be written. By our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Greymain. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Kliff, seek out your Greymain comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one.
We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywel!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your hour.
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.